Amsterdam and flying to Copenhagen, Denmark. We have arrived in Denmark, and there's plenty of 7-Elevens here. There's a 7-Eleven vending machine there, 7-Eleven vending machine over there, and we also saw several restaurants, 7-Eleven.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, very good.
How was the trip?
It was good, very good, yes. Happy Anno.
Nyhavn blev udgravet af svenske krigsfolk. You can see straight ahead built on the Paper Island. And Paper Island was one of the last industrial areas that were so close to the city center. This is where there used to be paper companies, hence the name. There was a lot of discussion about what to do with that area. And there was a street food market at some point that went very well. But they ended up building these very expensive apartments. One of them was just sold to a restaurant and parking space underneath. Then the opera, not the headquarters, in the whole world.
That's the headquarters of ours, and we donated this building here to
every summer
city. Oh wow.
Host a competition Navy until one warm summer day in 1982 where it accidentally fired a missile into a Danish holiday area. One of our captains, not the one with us today, but another one, he was on board of the ship when it happened. And he told me that the captain's mother-in-law lived in that holiday area, so he doesn't believe that it was quite so accidental.
Container housing for students, cheaper housing.
Church appearing with one of the biggest domes in the whole of Northern Europe. Hier haben wir die königliche Residenz der When they started digging out this canal, the whole area got flooded and everything got muddy and it was difficult to build proper buildings. Wir sind jetzt in Christianshavn, in diesem Loch herziehen wollten und Es hat ganz gut funktioniert, weil jetzt ist es eines der beliebtesten Gegenden die bygninger her. Så der er ikke rigtig nogen, der kan flytte her. Og så har han lige brugt så mange penge på phone out in good time. Wenn wir bei der nächsten Brücke drunter vorbei sind, wenn ihr nach links schaut, könnt ihr meine Lieblingskirche in Kopenhagen sehen. Aber man hat nur ganz kurz, um einen gescheiten Blick drauf zu werfen. Deswegen würde ich euch empfehlen, jetzt dann bald mein Handy oder Kamera rauszuholen. Om 5 sekunder, når vi er under broen, og når I kigger til venstre, så kan I se min yndlingskirke i København, hvor Frelserskirke. Jeg synes virkelig, den er meget smuk. Men man har kun lige 40 sekunder til at se den, så jeg vil anbefale jer at tage telefonen eller kamera ud nu, hvis I vil nå at tage et godt billede. So if you look to your left now. To encourage people to stop their hectic daily lives for a second and step out and enjoy the view. And as you can see, it works pretty well. Die Brücke vor uns wurde entworfen von Olaf Eliasson, einem dänisch-isländischen Künstler, und soll Dänemark als Schiffsnation repräsentieren. Rumdesigner under nu blev designet af Olaf Eliasson. It has gotten its name because the building is slightly tilted towards the water. When the sun hits right, the water gets reflected back up into the building, and the whole building shines like a diamond. You can see our reflection in the boat soon. Vi kan se refleksionen af os selv i båden her. Så hvis I er hurtigt, så kan I finde jer selv og vinke. Det er en sorte diamant, del af...
It's like public transportation.
Die wird gebaut gemeinsam mit dem Christiansborg Schloss 1745. Schloss 1745. Og så var den eneste ikke-katolik til at nogensinde have en udstilling i St. Peter. You look at the mirrors on the side of the building, you can see tourists arriving back in Copenhagen from Italy and being greeted by hundreds and hundreds of people. Så vi er alte strand, og her var det alte fischermarkt. Så det er så fischermarkedet. Statuen her, det er statuen af Absalon, som grundlagde i København i 1167.
King Absalom.
Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop.
This time in 1745, that burned down 50 years later. The only thing that remains from that is the bridge we passed before. That was rebuilt, then burned down. It was rebuilt, then burned down. And the building we have today was built in 1928. In the first 50 years before the building burned down, the first time the royal family lived here. Rechts haben wir Christiansborg Schloss. Når vi mødesamling gehen, kriegt man es gratis. På højre side har vi kajakbrand. Her er et system, hvor man kan und hat dort für fast 20 Jahre seines Lebens gewohnt. På højre side den smalle hvide bygning med det sorte tag og balkongen, det er hos Andersen Både.
Eller på signal ikke? Supposedly you can rent one of these kayaks if you free. Yes, sorry, it's not rent. You can get it for free if you clean up the canal. And this is cool here, like it's just floating decks, right? The restaurant. That's cool. So today there's a game with Germany. That's why there's all this soccer game, I guess, right? This is the library that we saw from the boat, and then that's like blocks is the second ugliest building in Denmark, supposedly. And supposedly that's like an architectural building. There it is. It's the Danish Architecture Center, and supposedly ugly looking building. And that's the library again. It's light for the bikes too. That one would be good for somebody who's disabled or a wheelchair. There's no curb. It's a little thing here, but same level floor. And look at this. You don't even know that's there, right? This has a toilet paper holder too. Cool. And of course the shower stall has a thing to, but the only thing that's missing is like a bench to sit. But there's a handlebar here.
А ми не знаєш, що в Варі заробили сюди? Там, коли виходиш з цього поле, автобуси, що місто їдуть, ну, в Сандиківку. Там ті стоять автомати, які прикають куток.
Чорно.
Куди? Так, ну, ти за 18 купляли, там, в касі брав? Лайн. А я підходжу, стоять ці бокси, де прикладаєш карту, вибираєш 18 євро.
Today there is a very important game in the European Soccer Cup between Denmark and Germany. You see the whole crowd here. They're playing it on the big screen over there. കട്ട ഫാനുകളായത്. Today there is a very important game in the European Soccer Cup between Denmark and Germany. You see the whole crowd here. They're playing it on the big screen over there. കട്ട ഫാനുകളായത്. is Christiansborg Palace, Parliament building.
And all the Nordic countries, they have more or less the same design, these cross designs. So here in Denmark it's white with a red cross, tomorrow you will see blue with yellow cross, then in Norway you will see red with blue and white cross, Finland has white with a blue cross, the Faroe Islands white with lines and stripes, vertical or horizontal, but the cross design. That is typical for Nordic countries.
Where are we going? To the throne room. Ooh. Why nine?
From that very balcony, yes. 9 is but on that very day, it was square in front of Christiansborg Palace. A very cold January day, and in the 1880s. Now, it's actually not the king who is in the center of the picture, but it is the monarch that was the most powerful at the time. So this big, tall guy, who could that be? The Russians are, but Alexander III, he was the most powerful at the time. And the Tsarina, one of the daughters. So the Tsarina in the light blue dress, her real name was Dagmar. She was one of the daughters of Christian and Louise. Another daughter in the white dress, next to the guy in the red jacket. The guy there, that is Edvard VII of England. And Alexandra was the Queen of England. And Alexandra and Dagmar, they were very, very, very close. And then there, to the left, behind Queen Louise, there is a lady in pink holding a little girl. That was another daughter, Tyra. She married the Duke of Hanover-Cumberland, part of the British Empire. Very simple reason that there has not been an official formal gala dinner since Danish history and 1,000 years of and all either the sketch has to be reversed or you work with a mirror. So it took 10 years to make that. And if you look at old tapestries wherever you may have been, in France or in Belgium or in the Netherlands, they are often damaged at the top because they used to be hung on hooks or maybe a rod, and because of the weight. But here they have put Glyptotek all the way around to divide the weight because these are really, really heavy. And also, should it again, everybody, be high, they can just tear it down the wall. Can trace his ancestors all the way back to old King Gold. 1953. Not in a straight line, mind you. Not in upstairs. A little bit zigzag, an uncle here, a nephew there, but still. So that is Christian X. And on the other side we see a family. Mom, dad, and 3 daughters. And that is the old King Frederick IX, Queen Ingrid, who was Swedish, and the 3 daughters. And the one to the right there with the peach-colored dress, that is Margaret. Queen Mum, yes, exactly. Because Frederick and Ingrid, they had 3 daughters, they didn't have any son. So the eldest daughter became the new monarch. So she was our monarch for 52 years.
Okay.
Fire of Notre Dame fell because of a fire 5 time ago. That was back in 1167. That is the founding date of Copenhagen. And you are being exposed to 3 different currencies in a very short time. Yesterday and today, Danish krona. Where maybe you will find a souvenir shop somewhere.
This is where the king and the queen live, right?
Yeah, the one with the clock.
That's the opera house there. And
Myers.
again, this is where the king and queen live. But right there is Maersk, the container company. They have their office. And then you have a church there. And then these are all guest homes and other buildings.
And on the left-hand side, striped building, red and grey bricks. This is the Russian church here. And coming up in a second, behind a light green fence, the main Catholic church out of the 3 ones we have here in Copenhagen. So the next stop will be was to turn her upside down to check that it didn't say made in China at the bottom. It's here. We keep those 2 thrones that you saw on the big bicycle. Now, this has not been a normal day in Copenhagen. Normally, you will see bicycles all over. But obviously, because of the weather, there are fewer in the streets. Most Danes have 2. They keep an older here in the city center and a more expensive, a fancy one. They keep that at home. But this is one of the places where they park one of their bicycles or their older bicycle.
The Hamlet, Castle of Hamlet by Shakespeare. Hey. Kronborg Castle. We're at Frederiksborg Palace or Castle.
These are typically on the right-hand side with black walls, the round tower over there. You will see another tower, but the main building is one here to the left. That is the one Christian built. Actually, it's a boat, but not at that side. So these buildings here, they are still used as offices and for maintenance, storage, and administration and this and that. And the building there with a scaffolding and a tower.
We're inside Frederiksborg. Oh, the Knights Chapel.
We have two so-called chivalry orders here in Denmark, like most European monarchies. It's a kind of reward, and it dates back to the Catholic times. But anyway, the shields that you see here, those are the knights. Oh my goodness. But this looks much larger because you don't have the gallery like you have in the chapel. So the ceiling is a reconstruction according to these drawings and sketches I have. The chandeliers are reconstructions, copies. The tapestries around the windows are the same. The only original thing here is the balcony, because that was not here when the fire happened. And that is the balcony where you have musicians, when you have big...
Okay, we're gonna try this I don't know how to pronounce this, open sandwich. This is Carlsberg Danish beer. This is a cute little cafe. They're still serving this open bread sandwich that is usually only eaten for lunch, but they have it. It's almost 7:23. And what's the name of this garden? The garden. Tivoli.
Oh, the garden itself is called Tivoli?
Yeah, Tivoli, which is has an amusement park, nice garden out there. So this is the open face sandwich. Again, they have it for lunch typically. We're having for dinner. I have roast beef, and you have
Fish fillet with shrimp and caviar on the top.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. All right. This is one of the main train stations. The trains come from Sweden here. It's 10 o'clock at night and we still have daylight.